Do you think he'll share? No, he will not, husband. He will not. This Broadway legend is using her platform to spread the word on fighting back against a deadly disease. Cody's standing by with Julie Halston to learn more.
If I had an extra room, I would have a Broadway cave, and half of it would be with Julie Halston memorabilia. Julie, how are you, my friend?
I am so good. Here we are in New York City, and Broadway is reopening this week, so we are very, very, very excited.
What do you think it's going to be like to be on the stage with people in the audience again?
Oh, I'm just going to cry.
Oh.
I have to wear waterproof mascara because I'm going to cry. It's going to be so exciting. We are, cautiously optimistic that everything's going to go smoothly, but we are very, very excited. I'm going into rehearsal this week for a new off-Broadway play that Tony-nominated Douglas Carter Beane, a fantastic playwright who's comedic, we are doing soon, and who is one of my castmates, Mo Rocca from CBS This Morning.
Get out!
Oh, yeah.
So, yes! So we are so excited, and to be getting the Tony Award for my advocacy for the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation. I mean, I've had a very exciting, emotional, and very gratifying month, you can imagine.
So let's talk about this award that you're going to be getting. Pulmonary fibrosis, very, very close to your heart. Your husband went through this. What is it about this disease that you can share with the folks at home that it just sucks, doesn't it? It's just a terrible thing, but your work with this has been fantastic.
Terrible. And Cody, let me tell you, we had never heard of pulmonary fibrosis. My husband, who was an anchorman actually for 1010 Wins, the all-news radio station here in New York City, was experiencing what he thought was his asthma, shortness of breath, a dry lingering cough. He was starting to get very fatigued. And if you knew my husband, Ralph Howard, this was a guy who was running all over New York City all the time. So to be fatigued like that, and he didn't understand what it was. And can we say, men do not like to go to the doctor.
This is true.
When a man actually wants to go to a doctor, something's up. He actually went to the doctor, and the doctor said, you must go to a pulmonologist immediately. He did, and he was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis, which is a scarring of the lungs. It dries up the air sacs. And let's face it, you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't breathe, you can't live.
Right.
He was given a year to live. He was given a year. And it was the most difficult afternoon of our lives. Now, he was very lucky because he was in general good health. He received a life-extending lung transplant, and he lived another 8 years. He was able to walk his daughter down the aisle, see the birth of great-grandchildren. Yes, and we traveled all over the world. However, he ultimately did succumb to the complications of pulmonary fibrosis. So I have made it my mission. I have two missions in life. One, go to live theater, and two, go to a pulmonologist and see if you have any of those symptoms. Bring up the idea of pulmonary fibrosis, because then you can go to pulmonaryfibrosis.org, which is the website of the foundation, and you can get the care and support that you need.
Julie,
and Cody, can I tell you something else?
Go for it.
In the 10 years that I've been doing this, there have been so many strides. When Ralph was diagnosed, there were not, drugs on the market that actually slow the progression of the disease. He had to get a transplant in order to live a longer life. There are now medications that you can take that slow the progression of the disease and allow you to live more comfortably.
Oh, fantastic. Julie, thank you so much for all your work, and it's so good to see you, and I'm so glad you're going to be on Broadway, and I'm so mad at Mo Rocca because he gets to star in it with you. There was like 3 jobs I was up for about 15 years ago, and they always went to Mo. So it could be me with you on the stage. If he hadn't taken my job.
Okay,
Julie.
well, I have to do a shout out to Cody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cody. I'll talk to the casting people, but
fantastic.
Mo's already in.
I know. Thank you, Julie. You're lovely, and I cannot wait to see you on Broadway again. Seriously. Oh, so
Thank
exciting.
you so much.
All right, back to you, Corey.
Right on. Thanks, Code. Well, love is in the air this year.